Now we're back for game number 2 of Vega versus Team Empire. I'm Gods, joined by Blaze and Llama. We've got a deciding match for Empire in some ways. Their tournament life at stake in game 2, and for Vega, comfortable game 1 victory. It felt like they weren't really tested by Empire so much. They just put everything together too well.
Still, going into this matchup, they probably felt a little bit intimidated. Empire has had a really good run throughout the qualifiers so far, and I feel with this win they might have a bit of a new hope, but we'll see if the Empire can strike back.
We will. We'll see if the Empire will strike back in the draft, because that's where we're going to go right now, guys. It is Vega Squadron, this time on the dire side. Again, interesting. Looks like Empire are going to be taking first pick, and again going for the Invoker. I guess they don't feel like they had too many gaps with that pick, and they give away the Oracle as a result.
And the OD, because it is the Death Prophet who's banned out this time.
Okay, so Vega banned Death Prophet themselves. I guess expecting Empire to perhaps first pick it with how game 1 went. I think, didn't Empire also first pick game 1? I think Empire actually just had first pick 2 games. They first picked overall Oracle and then second picked the Invoker. So I'm not sure what the pick order was, but I guess Vega, when it was their choice, whether this game or the previous game, chose to be Dire instead of first pick. And Dire's had a lot of success this qualifier. So it's been like, say, like 58 to 60% win rate for Dire side. And that seems to be a bit of an ongoing trend across all regions.
Broodmother ban out again just makes a lot of sense. You can't always draft around it.
It's Mag. He plays one of the best broods out there too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, of course, we mentioned the Death Prophet getting banned out early on, but that means the Spirit Breaker was left in the pool. You were saying that you feel that it's worth a Phase 1 ban against No Fear, but he seems to not select it for the first phase. At least Resolution won't prioritize it that highly. Do you think it might slip through to Phase 2? And if so, is it a good pickup here?
Yeah, I think it's very much consideration for Phase 2. Gives them some catch. OD pretty good against it with the Banish, at least. But is something that they will be kind of keeping in mind. Curious to see if Empire still kind of sticks to something like the Havos Gyrocopter. They didn't have the best. They haven't actually had that much success with, I feel, in general. Like, a few of their losses I've seen have been when they've had the Gyro. The Sven has been the hero they've had lots of success with, on the other hand. But elsewhere, Gyrocopter's still been seeing a lot of play and a lot of success. It's been like first ban material, like I think every NA game right now.
Yeah, there's no draft where it goes unmentioned, I don't think. Like, there's at least very, very few. And it would be between some teams that already are kind of showing their hand towards a different strategy. Obviously, Gyrocopter fits into just about any strat, but at the same time, there are some teams that run something very specific, and there are obviously some carries that are better at it than others. So there are definitely going to be some drafts where it's not a priority and may go unmentioned, but those are few and far between.
Well, another Enchantress band just looking to take out some of the, perhaps our Empire Comfort heroes with Enchantress now. We've seen just the one Fnatic game, at least myself. And it's a very pesky hero too. It's kind of like a cheesy pick you want to try and avoid versing.
Yeah, I think OD is pretty bad against the Enchantress. Just trying to deal damage directly, and if you're trying to grab multiple right clickers, usually, obviously, your carries are going to be right clicking. OD is very auto attack oriented, so yeah, I think it is a very smart.
And I feel like across regions we're seeing the cores, there's a lot of prominence towards those right click cores. Like for mids as well, safe lanes, we're seeing Lycans, ODs, Lone Druids. Death Prophet may be one of the few exceptions there. But it does seem to be like a pretty much an ongoing trend in some ways.
So Nature's Prophet gets through this time, and for Empire, I'm assuming it's a support Venge, but it really could go either way. It did feel like last game the Venge didn't have much impact, but the Lone Druid and the Death Prophet was so huge it didn't matter. So
I think it might be a bit of a block pick as well. The fact is you have a Lycan on your team. Howling the Treants gives you a lot of push potential. And OD is, with even like 2 points in prison maybe, is a really great setup for a teleport gank. So you could create a lot of pressure on the Invoker if Vega Squadron had that in their arsenal.
I could really see Empire going for like a kind of global-oriented draft now as well with the Prophet. Like pick something like a Spectre here. Just because I think it's a really nice way to play against like an Oracle draft where you're looking to save that one hero. You split the damage everywhere. You find the squishy target you can kill as a Spectre, and it just gets really hard to keep your team kind of rejuvenated in that kind of a situation. And just it's guaranteed pickoffs as well, saying that Empire really struggled to find that last game when you've got like the Prophet ultimate with a Spectre ulti, Sunstrikes. If you want to throw in like an AA or something as well, it's always a possibility. But
that would definitely get banned if they did end up going for something like a Spectre here. So. I do like the Earthshaker, though. I mean, good fighting potential around the Rush Pit, I think, is really important. Something you were lacking, and I think that's something that they depend on a little bit here with the Lycanthrope. You really want to build momentum with that early Aegis, and Earthshaker is definitely a hero that can enable that. Okay.
Oh.
Was he? He has been picked already, so we did.
Yeah, we have seen him. We have seen him once. Yeah, I think it failed miserably, but
So
I think one of the South American teams picked him.
big
up.
question if it's a support or a safe lane farming Pugna. Or a farming Pugna. It doesn't have to be safe lane, but
Death Ward is really great here, right? Of course, because of the OD. Like, is it called Death Ward? Whatever the
No.
Pugna Ward
Plague
is called.
Ward.
Plague Ward, thanks. I really like that. And
Netherward.
I was about to say, like,
okay. Look,
I was testing you guys.
Yeah.
You guys are apparently half asleep still.
I was
Come on.
testing
I was
everyone,
like,
come on.
I don't think so,
Plague
but
Ward.
I'll just
Yeah.
double check before.
Yeah.
No, I should go. I should just flame you harder. I gotta go faster on the callouts.
No, I'm blaming you for that one.
All right.
Failed the test, Blaze.
I like how Nature Prophet and Pugna are like practically the same hero. Like, just look at them. It's literally the dead version of the other one. They're just looking at each other.
They could be twins. Like maybe that's what happened. And one's Pugna's really sad, or I guess Nature's Prophet would be sad because his brother died.
Yeah.
It's complicated.
Complicated indeed.
But back to it. Undying, bend out.
Cheesy push strats
Yep.
is the fear for Vega right now, and for Empire, there's all kinds of 5th picks you could throw in if that's what you want to go for. Shadow Shaman. I'd say that. What else is there? I mean,
Well, no,
there's
but even if
Dragon
it's-
Knight. There's a lot of kind of push-oriented kind of things you can still kind of pair with what you've already got. So
And even more like the way Liquid tended to run the Undying, where they just stuck it behind the person who made a lot of units so that if somebody did rotate, you can get a quick kill with
Yeah,
the Soul
yeah.
Rip. So just really nice and powerful.
Gonna go for the YOLO prediction here. It's gonna be carry Pugna with a support Phoenix, because once you decrepify the OD, nobody's gonna right-click that egg, and you win every fight.
Okay.
Just okay.
Convinced.
Yeah.
I thought we were meant to drink until after our shifts.
I feel like it's. I'm trying to think. Something like clicks in my mind that I've seen No Fear play a Pugna before, or like a Aloha dance, like as a support.
Sure.
Like the life drain on a frontline carry to heal them up is pretty damn powerful sometimes. So I almost feel like they're gonna get some like actual Havos here that could just run in,
Okay.
man fight, YOLO. That would be more my prediction here. But I'm curious to see what that might be. With something with some push potential as well, perhaps.
I mean, the Fisher can give some grief to that, but overall, I like the idea. It definitely allows Havos to be more Havos-like, and then we just got to see with the Gyrocopter that was just brutally underfarmed because of all the pressure that Vega put on in the earlier stage of the game. Here, Vega, they don't have as much of a clear, like, we just get these items and we win type lineup, but they still have a lineup that can execute very... there's a lot of ways they can play it. It could be very kill-oriented with the roaming and the OD. We could just see them focus on towers, focus on farm. It really comes down to this last pick, how they really want to maneuver here.
And even with the Earthshaker, it's one of those heroes that can be played in the offlane or as a support. It's still not entirely clear for them.
And you also have to pick a hero that isn't as affected by the Nether Ward. Since you have that information, you wanna be smart about it. You're not gonna just grab a lion and finger of death yourself.
Absolutely.
Wow, they're burning through for Vega. I think, as you mentioned, it's the worry about the Netherwood. There's a lot of decent sounding supports that become problematic. with that.
Omni Knight. Go Omni Knight, give OD repel.
Omni sounds super weak in lanes, though.
But
I guess.
Yeah.
Lina, okay.
Solo Lina, perhaps. Solo plays a lot of Lina. He used to play it a lot more than he has lately, but that's definitely looking like what they're going to do here with the Shaker in the offlane.
Yeah.
And Solo often kind of plays that more greedy style full position support. Not something you necessarily can get away with when you're against a push draft like we're seeing Empire do here.
I don't know how the OD builds though now. Like that orb, arcane orb, just does so much damage, self-inflicted when you're under the Nether Ward. Like you practically can't cast that spell or use that passive when the Nether Ward is nearby. I feel obviously BKB is going to be a high priority item for him, but even still, it's not an item that you can rush realistically.
I think that's the whole plan, right? The
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
plan is
that's half the reason you get Pugna here.
And Dazzle!
Okay.
So team fight push. There's the sustain for the push. Something actually, if they were going for an all-out push out, they had no heal sustain.
Ooh.
Something like a Witch Doctor Dazzle was kind of needed for them.
Yeah.
And
At
it
that
is going to
point.
be Havost on the Pugna.
All right, something spicy, something funky coming out of Empire. This is to go this out there with your draft in like a elimination match, that's ballsy. I'm definitely hoping for a game 3 now.
Mm-hmm.
I like what Vega have been doing and putting together, but game 3 would be pretty nice.
I feel like Empire kind of win this game in 10 minutes, or they have a very slow and painful loss.
And it's not like they'll take racks at 10 minutes, but you can tell at the 10-minute mark whether they're going to win or not.
Yeah.
I think is that early game is going to be very... You can tell how fast they're going to push, whether things are going according to plan or not for them. Or I mean, for Vega, it's not like they've got the best roaming potential. Lina with the OD Astral is probably one of the better kind of tools they've got. Solo likely... Actually, Solo on the Oracle here. I guess he's their Oracle player, and that means we'll see the Lina
Sioma.
in the hands of Sioma.
However we incorrectly pronounce it. It will be interesting. They should have some good kill potential on Oracle already headed out top to... Yeah, it does place. I wasn't sure if it was going to be one of those stop the opponent from placing or place it themselves, but...
Yeah, you do both. You can plan it there, then you can go group up with your team for the level 1 5-man, and then you know if they're putting wards down as well.
And they're aggroing, apparently.
Lycan is headed towards bottom lane. At least that's where he is for now.
I really like these players that don't say good luck and just say have fun. I'm like, you got the
There's a
competitive
metagame
spirit.
in it, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know what that means. Yep, excellent.
Well, there's only like one source of RNG, and those two. There's Essence Aura and there's Wolf or the Lycan crits.
Yeah.
Those two.
There's rune RNG, man. Rune RNG is the biggest RNG in the game. Get those S4 runes and suddenly game's easy.
Definitely.
Death Prophet gets 2 haste runes in the first 10 minutes, and you're just like, what the hell's going on here, guys?
Yeah, that would actually be devastating.
I mean, that happened in a game.
It happens all the
early,
time.
Yeah, it's
You remember it more when it happens, but jeez, it's brutal.
Well, they'll be trading runes. No surprises there. And both teams running kind of their carry in the off lane here. I think for Vega, it's more dodging, definitely dodging. And for Empire, it's let's try and contest this top lane. But unfortunately, they won't get the matchup they were hoping for. With right now, nobody going to the dire safe lane, which is perhaps not so safe.
Odie holding a tree? Is that what Odie's rocking there? We'll see when we
didn't
go
see
by
it.
it again. But that was an interesting stuff.
Well, now we know why Nature's Prophet is on the opposing team.
Yeah. There's some
He speaks for the trees, you know.
He wants his stuff back. Give him my stuff.
it's like
yeah,
a tree.
that's I think he like does the flower blossom imprisonment with that particular cosmetic.
So Havas is going to see Lycan's bottom, realize he's got an empty lane. At best, there's going to be an Earthshaker up there, and the supports aren't even going to spend much time. Already, Venge heading bottom, Dazzle heading towards mid. Whether or not they swap the Pugna and Prophet, we'll have to wait and see. I think they don't need the... I think Prophet alone is really still good in the trial lane. It just comes down if you want Funnick to have a fast level 6, but Pugna getting levels is also fine here. So I don't think they need to swap the Pugna Prophet necessarily.
I was actually expecting, of course, Oracle, I think, just trying to make sure OD is off to a good start, but I was expecting Oracle to come down to set up really easy Light Strike arrays. Not that apparently Sioma needs them.
Yeah, it's not going to need... I think for Vega, they're the ones playing defensive in the lane stage, so they're not going to be looking to use Fortune's End particularly aggressively. There's not going to be any kill opportunities for them, except possibly in the mid lane, but that's where Dazzle is to stop. The side lanes are just not really possible kills unless Empire kind of play too aggressive.
So usually when I look at like a Pugna solo matchup against a melee hero, I'd expect the Pugna to be doing really well. But you'll see the Earthshaker is near full HP and has already gotten 5 last hits. Like, it feels like Havos isn't able to zone him out as effectively with Nether Blast and right clicks as you usually see.
Might need a few levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously when you're level 3 and level 5, you're going to have those power spikes that are going to be a little bit better. But like level 3 with just 2 in Nether Blast, 1 into Decrepify, I feel like he should start bringing the lane back. But right now, he's only a 1 CS advantage.
Yeah. It felt like Empire had a plan to try and win the lanes, and it's not really happened because of Vega saying, we'll send Lycan bot. Now Lycan's not going to get great farm, but it's okay enough because you're not winning top lane, you're not winning mid lane, and that's even with the Dazzle reacting and playing defensively here, so... Just first
in trouble up top.
Oh, really nice Fissure, but...
Oh gosh, that could
Yep.
have been close to a kill there as well.
Surprise, new Decrepify, relatively new Decrepify, good spell.
But yeah, I mean, actually, the Oracle is probably the one in the most danger in that situation. Invoker taking some hits as well. But yeah, I think that you have to be very careful when you approach Pugna like that, because, I mean, just like I said, at level 3, you get this crazy amount of burst damage, and it's pretty mana efficient, I would say. Like, overall, I'm not sure how he's going to build, like maybe a Soul Ring or something. Or right now he's just got the Bassi and is holding a Mango. But you could just go Arcane Boots, I guess. That's fine.
Arcane's mech is gold. You don't have the best HP pool with that build, perhaps, but like I know a lot of Pugners still like to go treads just so you can have the strength treads as an option, but we'll see. It's very much, I think, mech and some items around that, whatever it may be.
Yeah. Again, though, we're already seeing. I mean, it's early days. Empire's having trouble getting anything done. Bottom.
Empire's getting crushed mid, I think, more than anything. Like, Resolution just getting constantly Arcane Orb. He's got a dual lane with the Dazzle there, but the fact you're not farming with the Dazzle means you're, 1, not getting good farm, 2, splitting your experience. And that, to me, is like a double no-no for an Invoker in the mid lane. So that's, I think, the biggest worry as far as the lanes go for Empire.
I mean, what are you meant to do against the OD? As you said, I saw at one point when we popped over, he was down like 21 in. And
Yeah, I think because the OD with the +1 is much scarier than the Invoker with the +1. If it was a straight 1v1, it would be fine for Invoker, but in the 2v2 kind of lane we're seeing, and it being a Dazzle who's just sitting back healing, it's Vega who have the edge there.
Yeah, I'm really curious when Funnick's actually going to go for his first TP to mid or top. I feel like if the Fisher's on cooldown, there's some kill potential on the Earthshaker, and then obviously the OD is the major threat.
It possibly happens when Tangos run out as well. Like if Shaker runs out of Tangos, the call's likely made from Havos, like, hey, TP up here, he's got no Tangos left. Sprout him and he's dead. So I think that's always something you've got to keep in mind if you're, well, either team, is to kind of keep tabs of that. No one's got none left, but he's mid lane, he's right by his tower, so he's a bit safer.
And Havost is starting to do a lot better. Oh, actually, will we? Orb of Venom do work? No, not the case. Never. You know, you can hope. You can hope something will happen.
It's worth picking up because you're doing so many long range auto attacks to harass. Like but to actually enable a kill, that's pretty optimistic.
Hey, optimism and execution. I thought that's what we decided.
All right. Emperor, keep executing.
Last game was fine. Execution.
But up top, I was saying Pugna's starting to do a lot better, like we talked about, so should help.
Yeah. I'm just surprised the Shaker got so much for the first couple levels. He played it was like very in your face, and that's to get the most out of the lane.
Must have just come up, maybe got like a couple creeps with one fissure or something, and hit Havost as well. So
he's still got 18.
Yeah,
like I think that's not bad,
right
honestly.
Now. Yep, 19. Yep, doing very well.
So for Empire, Sunstrike's available. They've got 2 points in Exalt, so level 4 Invoker only though. Holy crap, that's Struggle Town.
Also, I mean, look at OD, the denies.
Yeah,
it's
denies.
a 30
exactly.
to 14.
OD's getting solo XP. Like Oracle's been there here like every now and then. Oh, Havos. Could be in some trouble. Another Purifying Flame.
Oh, the Echo.
Dunked.
Yep.
That's a big. That's first blood for one thing, and it's also on one of the heroes that does not want to have like a slow start or have any of his farming / pushing momentum ruined. So taking out Pugner, I think, is the ideal kill to be getting if you're Vega.
Yeah, and Earthshaker can just say, hey, I think I'm in a good place to go rush the
Got
blink.
nice.
Yeah.
It's halfway there.
Or he can get Arcane, and just fissure the Pugner all
He's
day.
got Soaring already, so I think it's going to be just a blink rush.
Alright, is
But
Funnick on the move? Like, TPing back is kind of interesting there. So I feel oh, they're going for a lane swap. That's going to be him going up top.
Yep. Voss, at this stage, can't go offlane by himself. He needs either supports up there with him or just to go safe lane and get some farm down there.
Gonna go mid.
Oh, yeah, gets the... Oh, okay, nice body
That's a
blocks
beautiful
from the
combo.
creeps.
That is
Oh,
actually
that
gorgeous.
Was so good. And one more auto gets it. Those
Orb of Venom.
blocks.
The Orb of Venom, sure.
Oh, yeah,
Secure
no,
that.
Not the
come on.
4-unit Shadow Wave and the perfect
No.
Sunstrike body
No.
block. No, it was the Orb of fucking
Yeah.
Venom.
Because it set all of that up. Come on, do you think he could really have gotten those body blocks without the Orb of Venom Blaze? Come on, value, execution. So yeah, but beautiful play.
But that's a big kill for Empire. It's a high value target. They kind of get a bit of damage on the tier 1 tower, but they do have to worry about starting to take these tier 1 towers like once they're kind of hitting that 10-minute mark. They don't want to just let's reach 15 minutes in. They haven't really pressured tier 1s yet.
It does feel like they need to do something about this Earthshaker. He doesn't have to blink yet. If you can get a couple ganks when he's close to it, it really will slow down the defense against Nature Prophet push.
Yep. Totally agree. And he is very close here. The Sprout's there. Oh, he's got Tengos. He bought some more. Or
Still out of range.
See, you know why? Because he didn't get smacked with the Orb of Venom. Look at that.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's the small thing. They add up.
Okay, but on a more serious note, Invoker's close to his Midas,
Yeah,
and
he's desperately needing a Midas this game. He's only now hit level 6. I keep talking about it just because of how underleveled that is. This top lane, though, is not the safest place to be for Empire. Level 6 Lycan is got a lot of kill potential in this lane. But it seems like Empire themselves wary of this. And this
Iron
is
Talon?
Lycan,
Why do you go Iron Talon on Lycan? Like, I understand a lot of heroes I see
jungling.
yeah,
so
if
much,
you-
but
It's cheap, cost effective.
Ooh,
you
they're
jungle
doing
so...
it again!
Oh, nice, nice,
One
nice.
Okay.
Oh.
I just feel like you jungle so fast naturally that it's actually complete overkill.
You get Quelling Blade anyways. It gives you armor. So armor is actually like always really nice. So
Okay, Funnick unfortunately is dead, but some nice attempts at plays there, and almost close to worth it.
I think it increases your jungle time by like 2 seconds per camp. Like, it's almost nothing.
but it's such a small cost, and then it's extra armor for when you're fighting. Like just having the extra armor against like Venge, Dazzle, Invoker, Forge Spirits.
All those trees.
It's a super cost-effective item because you're gonna have a Quelling Blade anyways if you're jungling. If you're jungling without a Quelling Blade, you're doing something wrong.
No, he'll have a Quelling Blade, but it's just... I
So why not
feel...
upgrade?
I feel just leave it at a Quelling Blade, and then you get your other items faster.
I
It
don't think
doesn't.
it
It
slows
does not
you
relevantly increase your jungle speed. I will
I
argue that
disagree.
does not.
I would.
And even if it's exactly the same, then you get the +2 armor. So
Yeah.
it's like, I think armor in the early game is super valuable for him.
I
mean,
won't. I won't
also-
argue against that. The armor is there, but
You know,
How do you feel about the Atos first that we seem to always see on OD? Is there any reason for anything else, or?
Force Staff possibly if you want to get out of Sprout and have a bit more mobility.
Force Staff is really good against Pugna.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think there's.
and Invoker. It's actually really good this game.
I think because of how much Empire will be 5-man pushing, Atos is not as strong. Having the Force Staff. I don't know what else you. Like he may even need like a fast BKB this game to be able to just fight.
I actually wouldn't be opposed to the false BKB, right? I mean, what Blaze mentioned in the draft, you try to be an OD here if the Nether Ward is down, and
Yeah.
it's
you
just
you just turn off your passive until you're out of range of it. Like, I feel like you still can't go first item BKB just because of how quickly the item decays.
Well, they've got Shaker Blink very soon.
Oh, that's nice.
Strike. Oh, the wolf helps out. What a nice
That
fellow.
still should be a kill,
No,
even
no,
with the
denied
shapeshift.
it, denied it.
Heal him.
Okay.
Hit him. No!
Imagine if they were
The armor! The armor!
Exactly.
Like, man,
Oh, Iron Talon, best item in the game.
Yeah. Oh,
You're
max
converted,
ranked
man.
fissure?
and they killed. Prophet was trying to TP in
Yep.
for the sniper, and he's been now punished and caught out. Not just him, but the
Oh.
Invoker as well. This is not going so well for Empire. You see their 3 calls on the top of the net worth. I think it's a bit misleading considering Shaker already has a blink. Lycan's got a Vlad's. Vega's lamp was always going to be a lot slower to kind of get online. Odie's still in pretty good shape considering the rough 2 ganks that he had come his way. So I feel like for Vega, this is a much better position than you'd expect them to be in at 11 minutes in. We said we'd know how the game was going to go at 11 minutes in. I feel like
We know if they lost.
yeah, we'd know if they. Okay, well, that's the good point. We'd know if they lost. They haven't lost. It's not going as well as perhaps it could be going. It's not like they're far from snowballing out of control off their push, but I'd say it's going slightly worse than expected for Empire, but still okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
I still think the OD kills are big. Like, those 2 picks with their kind of
Yeah.
trifecta, those are still, I think, keeping Empire in just that position where they're I think they're still slightly above 50% right now.
There's another successful push. I think something to worry about, obviously, for Empire is the net worth lead is pretty much entirely, I think it is less than the towers they've taken when you look at it, because it was only a 3k net worth lead and they've taken 5. But, I mean, if you can snowball off of it, and
Yeah.
this Earthshakers Echo Slams have been a lot of fun.
No, I'll even up the ante to like 65%. Like, the OD is gonna have so much trouble.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
You get the Mech of the Pug and the Midas really early in the Invoker, despite all those denies, and he's top of the net worth. So, yeah, I'm actually thinking that Vega are in trouble here.
It's gonna be some Go Black Necrobook Dota time as well. Get the Invoker and like get 2-3 Necrobooks here if you want.
Okay.
All right, they're going now.
Are they?
12
Okay.
minutes in. This is more like an Empire. They're speeding things up here.
You know, they want to make sure that we have time for the next set.
Absolutely. I mean, I got all the time in the world. I got all day.
Well, if they really cared about that, they just lose.
Well,
Oh, you can see there the Netherward. OG's like, wait, what?
like, look at this
I
guy's
was just
health.
trying to farm a Treant, guys. Just wanted to Arcane Orb these treants here, and that is not happening. And they only now get the mech. This was before they even had the mech.
Oh. Yeah.
Glyph comes out just to keep the tower alive, and, well, guess what? Next Nether Blast, there will not be a Glyph.
Yeah.
Where
The
is
next
the-
Nether Ward, what they have to do is they have to stay back and do very long range sieging unless they have the Nether Ward, and at which point they commit. Just a little bit further each
At some
time.
point, Vega, I think, needs to, like, just go for a wraparound, like, smoke in, catch him from behind, have 1 or 2 heroes try and clear the Nether Ward. Like, Earthshaker goes for the Blink Echo, forgetting that there's a Nether Ward, and then you find the Nether Ward, kill it, and take the fight from there.
So while it wasn't quite liquid levels, Vega backed out about 5 seconds before the Echo Slam came back off of cooldown. 100% they counted that, right? Like, we've saw Liquid doing this all of yesterday.
I think, well, especially since it killed the Invoker at top, so Invoker's like, he's dead, he just died to Echo Slam, he may as well write down a timer. It's not like
So
it just happened at like in the middle of a bunch of action that you wouldn't be thinking about it, so
Yeah.
there's a
Really
very,
nice play.
very high chance that happened.
At that point, you just really want to count the Shaker's shots, make sure he's emptied his mag.
I like how you just start almost crying.
Yeah, that's good, I liked it.
This is what happens, folks, when you
This
become a
is solid.
father, just so you know.
Yeah, that was a dad joke, yep.
They're all dad jokes. Baby Blaze is looking on proudly.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of flowers in this game. I'm just saying, like, flowers vomiting people up. It's a bit... This game is weird. Anyway, was that actually Rod of Atos we saw being made? Yep.
Yeah, he had the Vit, so.
It's a Vit. HP. Even casual Vit. At this point, it's like, you never be able to just fight. I don't know what else you do. Unless you pick up an Ogre Club and go first side and BKB.
I mean, I know it means you're going to
Uh.
have this 5-second BKB at like 25 minutes, but in this game, it might be what you have to do. Like,
it's like,
No,
there's no solution is the thing. Like, for an
Yeah.
OD. In this game, like, there's no, like, you do this and you'll be out of fight. It's like...
You can Omni Knight. You go back in time and draft that last big Omni Knight. No, the lean is
That
good
is-
because if you're afraid of like the Aghanim's Octarine Prophet, you want some
Yeah.
better clear than just the Earthshaker. So
okay, so they have to know the Echo Slam's up, and we'll see if they
Yep.
get blasted.
They already smoked. They're looking to get the jump here from the side. Mag, they're split up. They also reveal the smoke. There's no
Another
Radiant
ward?
Ward on the high ground, though.
where's that Nether Ward?
If they only had a ward.
Oh, it's very far up forward.
Ooh,
They can actually go for
the
this other
wolf
ward.
should... Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
the wolves do 1/4 damage to it. He's
Yeah,
gonna
but
decrepify,
still.
but it's still gonna be going down.
Oh, they managed to catch out the Wolfman, though he is transforming. The meatball has been dropping him. Echo Slam comes out, managed to stun up a bomb, but a beautiful Vanish Swap, getting them out of danger. Invoker does go down.
Okay,
No,
Okay,
that is a
like
false
yeah,
promise.
yeah, that-
He lived for. No, he did live from the false promise, and then died like to
Okay.
the Nether Blast right after.
And he did the old corpse thing where his head pops up, but a nice OD ult. I don't think it's going to be enough. Go, Orb of Venom. Funnick is stunned up, though. How will he get that debuff on people? He needs to smack him around, but it's not looking like it's going to be enough. He's got his tree babies working on them. Come on, tree ants. And oh, the wolves eat his face.
That was such an important fight for Vega to win. They lost
Yeah.
their range racks. It's still acceptable-ish. They're still in a bad shape. Liking it to buy back, but that was the fight they had to win, and they had to get a lot of kills out of
Absolutely.
it, which they did. And
Absolutely.
the
The
one
like and
buyback
buyback
from
means
Lycan-
nothing. Like, that's fine. Oh, Sunstrike! Oh my gosh, there were 2 extremely low HP heroes. The Earthshaker already made his way up, but if they caught no one there, I feel that's just a moral victory. But I want to talk about this Nether Ward positioning, because they had, at the moment, well, actually, like 3 seconds before he even placed it, they had already seen at least one hero break out on the western side. So they knew that people were going to be coming in from both the north and the west, and he still put it in a position that, in my mind, was quite vulnerable.
I think he just wanted to make sure he had it on all here. If he puts it like in the trees to the right side, it may not catch.
It's
everyone,
kind
I
of,
guess.
but it's kind of like Phoenix Egg. Like you want it to be closer to heroes in terms of hitting them, but you can't risk it. You have to make sure it's just far enough back that it doesn't die while still being effective.
Yeah, I agree. I just like the counterplay I'd make would be like they're looking to like force a fight. They feel like they're so much stronger item-wise that they can force a fight by having the Netherward aggressively and win the fight.
So they're gonna go for it again. They do know the Echo Slam and so on is down, but look at Havost go! He is
Swap
going to
him.
get swapped out of danger, healed up with the mech as well, but that leaves Venge very dead. Sunstrike just gonna tickle a bunch of them.
This is pre-Echo Slam too.
Yeah.
That's a really good. Oh.
But the meatball coming out, the Netherwood is up on the high ground. OD almost walking into it, a heal bomb coming off of the Nature's babies, and let's see if they have the damage. I think
He's
you're
got a lot
good.
of heals coming in.
Oh, Funnick trapped in the base now. What a fissure coming up from Mag. Funnick's TPing out. Can he do so? Doesn't look like it. Gravis there. He's still going to TP.
Oh, he's gonna heal so
back
much.
up, and he's going to pull up the Earthshaker.
Oh, that's 2 heals. That's 2 Purifying Flames that failed to kill him from the Oracle, and suddenly he's back to massive HP.
But OD is now fighting a little bit in front of the ward, so getting
Pugna's
out a lot
life
of
draining
those.
too. OD can't afford to go down.
I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
Funnick, one more right click. He's got it. He's going to get solo as well. This is suddenly the bottom lane just crumbling.
This is their last chance. They have to force him out.
Triple buybacks. Too.
Everything. You have to commit everything.
They need kills too. They can't just.
Okay,
okay.
yeah, that'll do
That's
it.
a dieback on Funnick.
It took a while, but they catch Funnick. Some uphill miss.
This is, of course, the strength of the Furion in that kind of position is you have the global TP. Buyback is essentially an Aegis. Like, you use it as second life aggressively, and you keep just reinforcing that engagement. I gotta say, though, Vega, like, the way they started that even with Pugna and all, I love how proactive they were. They went in, they got the OD prison, and they're like, okay, well, there's a Pugna right here. Let's just throw everything at him. And they forced so much. They killed the Venge very early. And that's the first thing they did right. Now, obviously, the Lycan lost a lot of HP to the Meteor, but then with the secondary Fissure that came out on Funnick, that forced the buyback from him. It's just the fact that Empire is so strong right now that it still made it a loss for Vega. They actually executed far and beyond what Empire were able to bring.
They do have the Echo Slam up as well for this next fight, so a little bit easier. And I'd love to see the experience, because of course Empire has been grouping up. Vega's been stuck in their base too, so I'm not sure that they would be that far ahead, but there might be some interesting things with experience.
Level 2 Echo Slam, those level 2 life drain,
Yeah.
Pugna's level 11. Seems at least the cores are all around that level 11 mark. Invoker has a Midas, so he should be doing pretty well for experience.
2 points in Enchant Totem, only 3 in Fissure.
And how many in the passive?
Yeah, he's got
3
everything else
max?
normal. He's got the max Aftershock, but he only 3 in Fissure.
Maybe just feeling that they need that.
I think
Aftershock
he must have got 2 points in the
Laning
second spell on
phase,
the
you
laning
think?
stage,
Okay.
is my guess.
Yeah.
And then he wants the Aftershock maxed out so he can get the proper chain stun.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
It's I think that's the most important thing at this stage, is just getting the maximizing your chain stun.
Necronomic on level 3 on Invoker, so the next push is just a little bit stronger.
Yes. And they look to be stopping off for Roshan even, potentially.
They want to, but I think
Vegas not going to make it
Yeah.
so easy.
yeah, they know how important that Roche is.
Wow, when you zoom all the way up, Pugna Blast looks really funky.
Well, it's also, I think, cosmetics modifying it. Slightly, at least.
He's got the BZZ Pugna set.
No,
He's betraying his CIS brethren and not
Yeah.
using
He
the
actually
BZZ
doesn't.
Pugna set?
How rude.
Fast.
I don't know if he can afford it. It's one of the most valuable sets in the game.
Voss hasn't won a TI in years. It's probably out of the budget.
Yeah. It's rough.
And back when he was winning TI, there was no crowdfunding, so
Only a pithy what they got.
1 million.
Oh, another word on the high ground?
Yeah, it's
Oh!
Echo, he blows himself up on it though. He gets false promise, but he's definitely dead after that. He's fighting into the Netherworld here, and this is not looking too great for Vega.
does
Okay,
He's
actually,
about
Shaker
to
got
die.
healed up.
He's so dead.
Okay.
Okay, Shaker did get healed up. Wow.
Yeah, just I
False
don't
Roar is
think-
a good spell.
Yeah, and the Enchant Totem I don't think with the zap enough, but unfortunately they've lost a lot of other teammates. Dodges the Light Striker Rick.
Oh no! Orb of Venom, do
Yeah,
work!
it
It's gone,
wasn't-
he sold it!
Exactly. That's why he's not going to get
He's
the
got it,
kill.
he's got
Last
it.
right click.
Oh, damn.
Just barely.
Milliseconds.
Orb of Venom would have gotten it for him faster though, let's be honest.
So ultimately, not the Roche contest Vega are hoping for. Echo Slam's on cooldown. And if Empire can group up and get their spells up, they can suddenly really threaten. I think this is definitely the bottom melee racks. It's going to be a question of, is it more?
Yeah, Shaker is the only dire buyback. Obviously, Aegis on the Pugna means that's going to be essentially a 6v6.
I like the plays from Shaker. Anything to delay right now. Although the creep wave's there, so it's not really delay.
He tried.
It's the right idea. Just keep him out of your base.
Do you think they racks and back, or do you rotate to another lane?
Probably rotate, push out all the lanes. I don't think they want to go straight mid. They could, if they have Necrobooks and things.
We'll see.
Yeah, and again, an aggressive ward placement with D-Crap, it's just...
Yeah,
easy
they
to
probably
protect.
want to back off, wait for the next Netherward, so that when they go high ground mid, they have the Netherward with
Yeah,
them.
mid's really pushed out though. Do you think they go under tower with just a summons?
No, it looks like they're...
We'll find out. I guess Invoker's TP top.
being
It's
Oh, okay.
they're just fully waiting, and they've plenty of time on Aegis. They have item pickups that can come their way. Like they got Rax money, they got Roche money. They're the ones who are going to be building items right now, not Vega. I mean, I say that Vega are going to have a key BKB on Lycan.
Yeah, pales in comparison to the OD BKB though. That's just that's essential if they're going to have any shot of bringing this back.
And we'll see. Tree Ents, they're called Tree Ents, right? Nature's Prophet's Tree Ents. Poking away at it. These ones are funny ones. These are like the four-legged.
This actually weirded me out the first time I saw them, but I'm used to them now.
The ones that scare me are the ones with the sad faces on them that look like they're constantly in pain. They're like, we're trees that you made move and we're dying.
Tier 3 dropping down. Gonna be finished off by the Invoker, but they just used the Nether Ward up. It's coming off cooldown so fast.
May look to commit. Yep, they're going to pop the shapeshift. Look to go. Coming in from the side as the Earthshaker. He hasn't got the. He's got the Echo Slam back up now. This could be bad for them. No one in the front lines will break the Aegis of Havoston. Here comes Lycan again, trying to take out the Nether Ward. No more Nether Ward for you.
Yeah, but the OD's already dead.
Yep.
He actually used like 4 spells during False Promise.
There's no mana on the Invoker though, so I'm not okay. There's going to be the Decrep. Will they be able to catch up to Pasha? Funnick is just chilling.
Shaker bought back. It's all down to his Echo Slam, and it wasn't. He just used it. He took out the Invoker. It looks like. Yeah. So he took out the Invoker. Havos maybe going to be a follow-up casualty here.
No Life Strike Ray mana. No. Oh, there it is. Finally.
Is it good self-decrypt? No.
Nice block.
Funnick's
in trouble. He's got some more HP with that axe, but he's still going to get run down pretty hard. One more stun is all it takes, but can't get the range.
Nope. Right.
And no mana when it comes off cooldown, so no point chasing. So
again, not really like a solid enough hold from Vega. The fact they have to use buybacks. Yeah, Shaker used his.
They got a number of them dead, though. I mean, and the damage on the range tracks isn't that significant.
No, of course not. But it's still like
bit by bit, they're losing the game.
Yes,
like,
I agree.
At some point, they have to make a hold where they take no damage and they win a fight without a buyback. That's how they. That's them winning the game.
Does the result of this fight put them in a better position come Empire's next assault? And
gets them close to the OD BKB.
It's close, but it's not there yet. That's the big. I think it's like 1,200 off.
Yeah.
So
and even the follow-up question is like OD BKB even going to suddenly swing the game in their favor necessarily. I'm not convinced that's going to be the case.
I think so.
There's so much physical damage though. You've got Venge, Dazzle, Invoker with Exort, Forge Spirits, and he's going to have BKB so he can right-click himself. I feel like it profits right-click damage. Like
if Furion had a Dezo, maybe, but like he's got an Ags. It's still going to be the split push and constant pressure game from him.
Yeah. I think it does change the narrative of the game, but still, it's very much in Empire's favor, even when the BKB comes up for OD.
That's true.
If he had a BKB now, it still would be looking pretty grim for Vega.
They see the
just out of range, I guess.
Letting it live, maybe just out of range.
Yeah. Perhaps ever so slightly. Courier flies
if
overhead.
that was a swap kill, like, I don't know.
The swaps have been really good coming out of this Venge, I have to say. So they're gonna go.
Let's plan with these aggressive wards, it seems.
Yeah,
no one's already done a half HP.
Okay. Yeah, no decrep when
Astral
you're in that
Astral. And then focus down
Walk
the ward,
away.
I guess.
Just poke at the range racks, but don't commit without the ward.
This is pretty good for Empire. OD TP's to Fountain for the
The
extra
BKB, he's got it. This might be a hold.
Rax is going to be gone in a second when the Nether Blast.
Yeah, no glyph. Range Rex is...
Earthshaker just has to go out and get him. What? Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, they're going
to
get
Is that solo?
Anyway.
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
Good. They got bigger problems than that. That range Rex being denied right now with Prophet pelting away at this top tier 3 tower. They're splitting up here, and that makes the BKBs a lot less effective because they're not committed to like one big 5v5 engagement, and they say mid's a bit too tricky.
Earthshaker?
No one's popped the BKB very early here. They've got to get the net catch, and they don't do so. Defensive Yules have swapped away to safety as well. No one shrugs off, well, doesn't take any damage to the Chaos Meter because of BKB, but now the BKB's gone. He's got no buyback. He cannot afford to die here. Question is if Empire recognize that or not. They're going to see an Echo Slam in the background, but the follow-up damage is not really there. Okay, Lina shows up, and suddenly Vega have won that convincing team fight. They've taken out 3, looking for a 4th on the Ghost Walking Invoker, but don't seem to have detection.
Nah, he's slow with one wax, 2x, but it is enough to get him out of there. Echo Slam obviously doing some massive damage there, and yeah, the BKB, it was early, but it was enough.
Similar to the last fight. It's like they lost a tier 3 tower and a range Rex. Every single time Empire do this, they're making ground. It's still not a clean hold.
And you can see the Nature's Prophet is getting more and more comfortable split pushing. For a lot of that engagement, Havost was just nether blasting the mid while the Nature's Prophet was working on the top tower. So they have options now.
Yep. Lina with Ags. Damn.
She's gonna kill herself.
No. You just gotta kill the Nether Ward first. She obviously, you saw how late in that fight the Lagoon actually came out. it's the finisher here. You take the Nether Ward out first, and I feel like at the very least OD prisoning Havos right before he drops the ward has allowed Vega to kind of get in an aggressive position to either take out heroes next to Havos or take out the ward.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, the prison focus ward seems to work quite nicely.
And you can definitely kill it by the time the BKB is over, which is the important thing.
I think also importantly, they don't want to have to BKB to kill the ward. They'd rather save for the fight, and there isn't great like initiation from Empire to like punish Vega for not using their BKBs early in a fight. Like if Venge runs in to stun you, then yeah, you're gonna pop your BKB, but or Invoker like looks to set up a tornado Chaos Meteor combo, you use your BKBs, but it's not like there's a chain stun that's gonna burst you down while you don't get BKB off.
Looks like they are mostly congregated in top, except for Nature's Prophet. Are they going to try to get something done onto Pasha? Again, also, Pasha, he's more farmed this time, but I haven't seen too much impact. There's going to be a meteor. I think that Invoker may be in a lot of trouble. The Shallow Grave comes out. He needs to get on out of here. He's put in that Astral Imprisonment. Is that going to be what kills him?
That's so good.
Yeah. That's one of the great counters to Dazzle.
I have not seen that, but that is actually perfect.
Yep.
Oh, okay, well, Ranger X falling a little bit. Some
there's
creeps not being
fight's still
microed, but there
going
is a
down.
fight in mid, and there it is.
Lycan with his BKB is going to wear off. He's going to be forced back. At some point, someone's going to come back and defend here. Again, it's a pretty good team fight for Vega. They're getting the slightly better trade, although they lose Lycan as I say that. But they're just losing structural parts of their base. And
Go Catapult.
OD forced to buy back. At this point, their base is just being overrun by treants, summons, creeps.
They win the battle, but they lose the war. The finite health in these structures is just killing them.
And Odie's used buyback again, so there's going to be no more item progressions. I think just the last thing we've seen is that BKB.
Well,
feeling very different from game one. Let's just say, while it definitely felt like Vega maybe outdrafted game one, Empire bringing something back, which means we're in a good spot to go to a game 3.
oh yeah.
And more Necro books.
They just want to get the
Just all in.
Get the killing blow. And they haven't got a second melee racks yet. There's still melee racks in top and mid, so those lanes won't push out super fast themselves. But it means that the split push is that much more likely from Empire because you get one more melee racks and you're pretty much you sealed the deal. We're very close to it.
I really liked Solo's false promise usage, but I would have to say this offensive purifying flames have been about 50% off the mark. There's a lot of times we see that debuff stick. Or that buff stick to heal over time an enemy, and if you don't deliver the killing blow or find a way to purge it off, you're actually giving them health in the long run.
I believe you mentioned this, how maybe it was somebody else, but how you'd be surprised how even though these are very experienced players, sometimes that can happen. There's a lot of stuff going on, and you just end up in trouble with your Oracle plays.
And I mean, like with the Dazzle, it's twofold because if you like purifying flames multiple times, just trying to finish them off, and then they get graved. Then they're fine. And you actually do get healed during the OD prisons, so that might counter the counter if Aura Solo isn't on point.
Roche is almost back up. Empire have control of this map, so it's going to be theirs. And Cheese this time, or is this just second Aegis? This might just be second Aegis.
I think it's second.
Yeah.
Vega were able to kind of scare them off the pit multiple times, so they did delay the first rush quite a bit. Still, though, how do Vega actually go to the pit now?
I don't think they can really contest
They're stuck
this.
in their base.
There's no way, because all it takes is like Invoker and Venge to take out Roche. I mean, they're going to bring 4 heroes just to do it a bit faster, but the split push pressure is always going to be there. There's no leaving your base. And like you look long term, Vega do not have a lineup that pushes out lanes well at all. They don't deal well with these super creeps, and I think that's where even if they can win a fight or two, they're never going to be able to deal with the creep waves.
And now Havosis can just run up to the Dire Barracks and just start nether blasting, as long as they've got one creep wave pushed in.
Did he go Hex, or is that some weird Lincoln's build? I imagine it's Hex.
Has he gotten the farm for it?
It was not like the build I would have expected out of Pugna with this kind of a strat. Like even the Yule Scepter had some really nice defensive use. Okay,
yeah,
so
I felt he was a little bit shy of the Hex cost.
Okay.
What would you have preferred? Just more push-oriented stuff?
BKB possibly. I think BKB would be really good on him this game.
Aether, the sieging.
Yeah, that's actually.
Is Solo just in a... Okay, they stopped the
False
suck up
promise
from
shouldn't
Pugna.
do enough damage. I'm going to say that, you know. I'm always wrong about this, so there we go. It heals him.
I still can't read the sun yet. It's good times. They have a mech now. Finally, they may have had that for a while.
No, he actually solo picked it up within the past 2
Okay.
minutes. It's important, like we talked about before, but having the Oracle pick it up is just so much less effective. Takes so much more time, and it's
Look at no one lost half their health just trying to kill a Forge Spirit. It's Netherward, and we definitely had been discussing Pugna and whether he had a place right now, what changes needed to be made to the hero, and if OD's in, you can do it apparently.
definitely. Oh, missed the
Yeah,
Rex.
that was not quite in range. It can help with the wolves maybe a little, and there should be
Just 2 more. 1 more with the Cardi.
Deny
Go
it,
Cardi,
deny
go!
it. Oh,
They had Glyph too.
so
I
they're
guess
worried
I
about the
would've
top
saved
one.
that.
Yeah, they want to save it for the final all-in. Hope that Empire like 5-man wipes on the last
Oh,
Rex.
no.
It's gonna be
Sheikah.
a fissure, but
That's actually
He
brutal.
has buyback, but it's still brutal.
they also stacked Astral and Borrowed Time. The Nature's Prophet ult is bouncing around. We're going to see a lot of damage going out, and while they're all BKBs, as you talked about, there's lots of physical. A beautiful Echo Slam, but the Shallow Grave
Not
on
good
Havost
enough.
again. He's going to get healed up. The Astral Imprisonment saving an ally, and now he is
Havost
just
healing.
using that ult. That was also just his first life. So
Maybe
we
not
see
the
it.
best buyback from Funnick.
Oh no, OD's ult does manage to pick him
Oh,
up.
so close.
Funnick Pop, that's a dieback from Funnick.
Yeah, but they do have Havos back as well with the Aegis.
It really doesn't matter that he just died back.
Yeah.
That was completely unnecessary from Funnick, but you've taken 5 racks. You will lose Havos twice, it looks like, the Aegis and then his life as well.
I don't know, he's fast. That is a
He's-
fast-paced movement speed
Decrepit
hero.
suck him off of Havost.
Nah, he
Life
could just keep
drain.
running.
Love to
That
keep
hero,
his life.
I mean, he's got, what, 420
Yeah.
movement speed? Jeez, he's blazing
No, you're the only one blazing. Come on now.
all day.
Every day. So we do. Is that going to be an Ags Dazzle? I love it. We rarely get to see that. It is actually quite a good upgrade. It's just there are better
Cool.
items for Dazzle to go.
When all your opponents have
Yeah.
BKBs and you
If this
just wanna
was
finish it.
Goblek as the captain, that'd be like 3 or 4 Necro books right now. Like, that's
true.
That's all I'm going to say.
Well, we can see that
Uh.
after this match, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
6183. I have in fact cast a Goblak game, and when they want to try to all in for the super sniper high ground defense, they all in for the super high ground sniper defense. Jeez, Necro nightmares.
Is this? I mean, clearly probably meant to be a Shivas to help with some wave clear now that they're about to be finishing megas, but it seems like too little, too late.
Yeah, it's like God said, there's still a lot of physical damage coming out, so it's trying to mitigate that factor, clear out the creeps as well.
Like AC. Oh, that's a hyper.
No.
I was about to say AC doesn't make sense for AD.
No.
Moonshot would make sense. I think Moonshot's quite good in the hero.
Yeah, but like in this position, you just want to clear out all the trees.
Yeah.
Okay, BKB up on Lena, so now she no longer has to wait so long, and her ult does huge amounts of damage. So
Ooh, okay. That's good.
Mhm.
That's. I mean, it's really. I say it's good to get excited, but you're down 5 racks.
Yeah.
You're still down 5 racks.
you know we're trying to.
Someone
keep
needs
it
to get like
interesting.
someone needs to get Mjolnir on the team. It feels like I guess that's like a Lycan pickup.
Yeah, but he's not going
Lena
for
with
it.
Mjolnir. You know, I don't know.
Ether sieging. Go
Yep.
for the long range nether blasts.
Nice.
Also, you can life drain from ages away.
Yeah, it's not a bad item on Pugna. It's swap
Yeah, that's
Should be okay
distraction.
here.
He just
He can
distract.
do with the heals. Can he
Just create
bring
space.
down?
Yep.
But they can get back and still defend this one. They did force out 2 BKBs though.
They're gonna take the racks now. Oh, the glyph. They're gonna force the glyph.
Lena has to heal.
They've also taken out the venge. The creeps.
I think
just
for
kinda
Empire
jump.
they've already lost 2. They're
Yeah.
like probably thinking like let's not feed too many kills here. Let's be careful.
They don't need to use the glyph.
What is Havos doing though? Like, just
He's
clearing
bottom.
creeps.
He's He's just practicing with his ether lens.
Yeah, just where the racks used to
Yeah.
be. It's
Yeah.
target practice. He missed one, so you
Exactly.
know that's you gotta
Practice one kick.
go for
1,000
the
times.
free throws. You gotta do 100 if you miss one.
Realistically, it's actually very close if we look at the net worth for Vega. I feel like they need to take a couple of team fights. If they can get out of their base, they do have a Deso on the Lycan, so they could get through towers relatively fast.
They'd have to win like 2 team fights in a row, and then
Yeah.
like Empire not having buybacks, which basically summarizes to Empire making big mistakes and misplays. And Lycan wishing he still had a Quelling Blade, that Iron Talon.
Iron
Like,
Talon.
where's my Iron Talon? What's his TP scroll doing for me?
No Alma.
You think the wolf would be comfortable in the forest, but it's no longer his.
He hides on Little Red Riding's cottage. Well, Empire just going to keep. They're persistent. They're just going to keep on throwing stuff at the top lane. If they lose a hero or two, it's not too big a deal. They can get the next Roshan uncontested. They're not in worry territory yet. There is still like a small glimmer of hope for Vega, but it's really just that.
I think they're waiting for their Funix buyback to cool down so that when they go for the not all in play, but when they go for the siege play and Vega start actually forcing them back, Funix just buys back, hops behind the racks, finishes the job.
And Resolution on Invoker is just going to scale really well to the late game. He's already looking towards the Ag Scepter, has a BKB, so we'll be seeing that AoE Deafening Blast soon even.
Okay, for Lycan, clearly AC, maybe bots. He is a pushing machine if they can just get out of the base.
I agree with the Mjolnir assessment. I think that's pretty huge.
With the Dessa though, it's going to be.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, at some point you need Mjolnir on your team.
No, that's fine.
There's so many summons. You need to be able to push out waves as fast as possible.
Yeah. It doesn't stack in a bad way. Like
yeah,
it does still do what it needs to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would
You're not worried about being able to push down buildings fast with Dessa.
Does Nether Blast proc it? Right? No,
What?
Nether Blast, sorry. The Nether Ward when it zaps you.
Mjolnir, yeah, any damage
instance procs
for
it, right,
Mjolnir, but I'm just talking for the auto attacks.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, no, I know
it'll
you need
override.
it for creep clearing, but it's also really great if you're in the team fight, right, with the trees attacking someone, all of the units. So
Yeah.
You're gonna get huge value out of it for the damage.
yeah,
from
both. The
It
auto
triggers once
attacks.
per second on any damage.
So we have a little bit of a hold going on here.
Yep.
Um,
Just probably.
We're just gonna look. We can just look at this spot for like the next 5 minutes because.
Slow roll it till Aegis, perhaps, is what Empire's thinking. Funix keeping the Ancient, so it looks like Empire at least want to pick up another item or two.
Is there any reason why these teams' logos are what they are? You know, Empires, maybe I'll be like, okay, you're riding a horse, that used to happen, Tornado Dodge. And for Vega, it's a shark, right?
Yeah.
It's a mascot.
It's just
Vega.
their mascot is a shark?
Vega.
Virtus Pro's a bear. It's just.
Yeah.
But they're Russian, that makes sense. Lots of
So
bears.
the Vega owner is like he owns like a fishing company or something, I think, is
Oh,
the backstory there.
okay.
So they're nautical themed. I
Okay.
can't remember exactly what it is, but he's some well-off dude who has like some very successful fishing company or something.
Apparently he sells
fishing
sharks.
related.
Or stuffs sharks. I don't know what. Don't really fish sharks. It's not terribly humane, apparently. But yeah, anyway, VP, I think the bear makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Blazers have none of this. Okay, back to serious Dota talk.
What would be your animal of choice then?
For like a mascot.
Yeah. The Blaze Dota team.
That's a good question. I don't know. Like does it have to be a real animal?
No.
Nope.
Be like a were-leopard.
A were-leopard?
Yes.
Like,
like
how
it.
do I know it's a were-leopard?
sold.
Is it like a human
no.
half transforming?
Yeah,
or-
yeah. It's
Honestly,
kind of
weird.
mid-transformation.
Okay.
Been watching too much True Blood Blaze.
No, actually, I've had respect for that creature after it wiped out my Dungeons and Dragons campaign when I was like 8 years old.
Yeah.
So that's always been like my mythological
Your
nemesis.
arch-nemesis.
But a lot of the Dungeons and Dragons and animals are a bit different
There's a
than
story
everybody
now.
else's like representation.
Oh.
So, okay, that's a BKB.
Oh.
By no fear. And also, if they're able to get Funny Kids to
Space
Decrep saving his
created.
life.
You know?
But they also killed up top. The Earthshaker's down, and that's one of their main lines of defenses with that
Yeah.
Elko Slam.
I don't know if again, it's all about that one last remaining melee Rex, which doesn't look like they'll get right now. Actually, with a kill
Yeah.
no, and they're going to force buybacks here, which is in itself perhaps close to an objective. Shaker uses his, if they get the kill in the OD, they
He
click
needs
forward,
more
couple more right
damage.
clicks, doesn't quite
Just
have it, not with the Shivers
glyph.
armor.
Just stay away
Oh,
from the creeps. Don't get echoed.
That's a glyph and an Earthshaker buyback. That's progress for Empire.
It's something.
Havos needs to actually get to that top part of the map,
It's
though.
got
like-
Aether Lens. You can
Oh.
nether blast
Is
from
it-
anywhere.
Is that range?
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
yeah, you can do it from Fountain. It's good.
I'm sure a Were-Leopard could nether blast from that far away.
Too strong.
So, for Havost, maybe bots next, then something else? He...
At this stage, items don't really matter so much for Empire in some weird way. It feels like it just
Yeah.
purely comes down to execution and
you
finding
just
that
like
right
execution.
openings. Absolutely. This more than ever, like they've got the win. They just need to they need to get to the finish line without tripping over their own shoelaces. That's where Empire's at right now. Like there's There's nothing in their way from a win apart from themselves.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of people who root for the shoelaces. It's just that there's those kinds of people out there.
Okay, that's gonna be the Aegis, and I just wonder if that's ever happened in like a professional sport. I have to imagine because people have tripped over each other.
Thank you.
There's somebody tripped over their shoelaces. Yeah.
I mean, I was the uncoordinated kid who did that all the time in PE. So
I meant in like something.
Okay.
you know,
something remotely
big.
competitive, where there were people of actual athletic capability.
I've heard stories of like that happening in like an actual war. Like they actually are very strict about like your uniform and everything.
Yeah.
But like I've actually heard stories of like people dying because of their shoelaces in actual combat.
Yeah, I'm not wearing shoelaces anymore just because of that. So we have a bit
too
of
risky.
siege. Yeah. Oh, I'm not taking those chances. This Netherwood again, he just loves placing it up. Oh, they managed to get out a nice fissure. There's an
Nice
Echo Slam
echo.
coming out. Immediately the Venge is blown up. The meatball is dropped, but this BKB doing great work. They've lost Funnick again. Doesn't have buyback. And
Go,
yeah.
Cardi, go!
Oh yeah, Cody might actually.
Oh.
There
Four
they go with
spirits?
There's no
Invoker.
glyph to remember too. They used
Yeah.
it the last
Forward.
push.
Oh,
not-
Good thought about it, but
Oh no, he knows
he
about the caught.
needs-
He's just gonna leave.
Yeah, they saw the Ghost Walk as well.
Refresher on the
Damn.
Earthshaker.
That's a big item pickup.
That
Mhm.
is.
This is not. I feel like
And Leica must have like a close to another big item too now. He's had a few very successful team fights in a row. I'm surprised Prophet went for the head. I almost feel like Octarine would have been better just to keep the spam up, more lanes pushed out, and also the close to perma sprout on Lycan.
Yeah, make it literally impossible to lose the
Like-
game unless you like die back.
It just feels like that would be like the dream item. But the Hex is like you find a key pick off and then you win from the key pick off. Octarine is more like the just brute force kind of way.
At some point, too many treants. Like the Echo Slab will be infinite damage if you have just that many.
Yeah, you don't push with the treants. The treants are pushing. That's the other thing. At this stage, like damage the tier 4 towers a bit. Like if you're 4 heroes, 5 heroes in the top lane, just spamming the Prophet ultimate treants, have the treants push through bottom and just chip away at the tier 4s. It's not just the last racks that remains.
Yeah.
It's the tier 4s and the throne which Vega have to also defend. So I think from that perspective, it's like Octarine's still fine and justifiable. Like just obviously don't group up around treants for an Echo Slam.
I've actually been a bit surprised a couple of times in these engagements because Vega has to spend so much time outside of the base. The creeps have gotten in, and that tier 4 is not nearly as low. They lost 1, and since then I think they've been pretty diligent.
It's kind of like when you're versing the Shadow Shaman, you want to jump the Shadow Shaman before he drops the Serpent Wards and before they get to your base with their 5-man push, and that's Vega's philosophy right now. If they get to our base, even though we may win the fight, if they just BKB and right-click our racks, we may just be versing Mega Creep suddenly. So they're taking the initiative. They're defending really well, and as much as I talked about Empire's just got to beat themselves right now, I mean that's probably exaggerating the situation a bit. Vega is really playing how they should be from behind, and I don't think Empire are doing anything too horribly wrong right now. It's just Vega kind of getting the better initiations and recognizing the situation and dealing with it well.
So, yeah, that's a fun graph.
I mean, it's never been that big of a gold
No.
lead.
And I mean, that's just a testament. I also wonder about the experience, but it's not something where Empire were ahead really on anything other than all the towers they'd taken.
Yeah, just structures.
And that's a ton. That's 5 racks. Like the gold lead is not.
Yeah, I mean you're down like 13 kills. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Oh,
Doesn't
yeah. I
matter at
didn't even notice the kill score till now. Classic Dota 2.
Yeah.
So,
It's all about the Frozen Throne.
why was it frozen?
It's chilly. Dire side don't have good heating insulation.
It's horrible. You'd think with all the lava around.
That's all. They take it for granted. They
Yeah.
just make assumptions there, and it just doesn't work out.
It's not great.
Cutting costs.
Ugh.
That's how they hire Invoker. Actually,
Yeah.
the dire side can't afford somebody so egotistical without paying them the big bucks.
Is AM also a Radiant hero?
He
it
is.
seems like he
he
might
was
be.
traditionally
He's a
a
bit of a
Radiant
jerk.
hero.
He is.
Like,
He's Radiant.
a bit of a
Yeah.
Invoker's dire.
He's a bit of goody
Was
two
he dire?
shoes.
Invoker's
neutral.
dire. I think he was, but now he's dire.
Are they still neutral? Did they get rid of neutral heroes?
There are no more neutral heroes in Dota 2. I don't know.
Well,
what
in
Dota
Dota
2
1,
there's
Dota 1,
nothing,
like-
right?
Well, Dota 2 there isn't Radiant and Dire, is
Yeah, there isn't in
Yeah.
Dota 2.
Oh, according to
Well-
like the lore, I guess.
Well, yeah, it's like you think about the draft screen, the captain's vote. You have left side and right side,
No.
Radiant side and Dire side.
No, not in Dota 2. The draw screen is
If
split
you
up
go to
by
Dota
types.
2 wiki or you go into captain's
Oh,
vote,
you mean where it's like
you will have
split?
a left side and a right side,
Yeah, yeah.
and it will be Radiant
it
and
still
Dire.
like
Oh, yeah,
Radiant
yeah,
strength,
yeah.
Dire strength.
You're right. No, of course, yeah. I
Okay.
know what you mean. They used to be neutral, is why I'm thinking like Dota 1.
That faction no longer exists.
Yeah, so what did the neutral do? Obviously, Radiant's trying to kill Dire, Ancient Dire's trying to kill Radiant Ancient.
They're like the mercenaries.
Yeah,
like
there was something called the Mercenary
fight for any
Tavern in Warcraft 3,
Yeah.
and that's actually what you used to actually pick your heroes out of for Dota 1. But anyways, yes, there was a neutral faction just because they got tired of balancing. I think because they had to keep on doing Sentinel and Scourge. That's why like you have Clinks and Wind Ranger. They're similar heroes because of the fact that originally the game was played where you could only Sentinel could only pick Sentinel heroes and Scourge could only pick Scourge heroes, and so you had to balance it out.
Yeah. So often each a hero had a counterpart in the other faction. Although some heroes were just based off like Warcraft 3 heroes, so there wasn't always a counterpart, like Lich for example.
Yeah, he got demoted massively. Oh.
I mean, Lich is still like the same hero he is in Warcraft 3.
No, but
Except
isn't
for
he like a king in
Oh,
Warcraft lore? And
No,
like, he's just
Kel'Thuzad is like
There's lots of Lich Kings, you know. There's like a dime a dozen of those. Like
just like Kings
he's
of
like
China.
he's like second in command of
Just like Kings
the
of China.
Scourge. So you know.
So Light Strike Array.
get your Warcraft 3 lore.
Yeah.
Warcraft movie coming out.
Oh yeah, how do you feel about
this
that?
year. Good. I think
Could be
from the
good.
trailer, it looks like it's just going to be like the basic kind of introductory story, but it's cool to see it come to life. I
The
think.
Warcraft 1 story is better than I think the Warcraft 3 story. So I'll take it.
Yes. Yeah.
I would love to hear it. I actually ask my friends frequently what is the story of WoW, or I've asked them a few times, and they're just like, it's too long. We can't.
Yeah,
tell you."
no, don't even like.
No, but I wanna
This
know.
game could go another hour, and it would not be worth us even trying
Oh.
to touch it.
It's not great. Okay, so there's going to be an astral imprisonment, but the creeps, they're smacking away at it. The BKB.
Get the
is
BKB
helping.
walk.
Books, yeah.
I mean, it did. It
Oh,
did like
shapeshift 2?
200.
2 cooldowns.
Oh,
Oh,
Echo
we heard
Slam.
Echo
It's the mid
Slam.
lane. Mid lane. He's got refresher. Maybe he's
Oh,
bait it out.
Funnick is dead.
Oh,
He eats the cheese! Very well played at the same time. Venge taking a lot of damage. They drop the shallow grave for her. And now they turn it
It's gonna
around.
be
There is... Oh.
That was with Sanity's Eclipse as well, so it allowed
Okay.
him to get the person off, but he's
Yeah.
still in trouble. He mistimes the Deafening Blast, hits the 2 on the high ground though. Noah now getting decrypt, life drain once
Oh.
again. I think that's a
New
Fate's
ward?
Edict stopping him taking magic
Oh.
damage though. He's not actually taking damage off
Look
of
at
this.
the range on that thing.
Go for
Still
the
okay.
racks.
I mean, the Rax is still
Go for
full
the
HP
racks.
for now. Shaker has another Echo Slam. He's refreshed. He needs to go in soon. Where is it going to be?
Oh.
Force Blink. Echo catches only 2. They're still hitting the Rax here, and it looks like the Rax may go down mega
Yes.
creep.
Got him.
Empire, they're there, but they're not quite there.
Havost is just chilling in there. He's going for this
Life drain and chill?
Life drain. Yep.
Nope.
You know, some
One
people are
life
into
down.
that.
And looking for the second kill.
Oh, effigies are
Yeah,
going down.
got him.
Oh, okay. He was
Booker's
blown
farming
up.
creeps.
And tier 4 tower went down. Like this is
Yeah.
you're reversing mega creeps. Yet there's one Maelstrom. You got to get a couple of these.
This is where Vega Squadron plays a little game I like to
Yep,
call
double-
left for Dota 2.
Mm.
Zombies everywhere.
Pretty
And
sure
then
that's
they-
a mini game.
And there's a few specials as well, which are the 5 heroes.
Yep.
Refresher OD. And they can defend for a while. They just have to hug their throne. But Empire's going to get Roshan, found the map. This game, I thought this game was going to be GG at 25 minutes
Yeah.
after they pushed in that bottom lane. But Man Vega has done everything to drag it out.
Do you think this is good for your mentality, though?
Sure.
It's not bad.
I think it's, if anything, it's like tilting, like making Empire second guess
Annoyed,
themselves and
yeah.
like their decision making. Like going into a game 3, if you're Empire, you're not going to feel like, yeah, you're not going to feel as satisfied. If you force a 25-minute GG and like have a push strat that works so well that you've
And-
taken 2 lanes of racks flawlessly, like you go into game 3 feeling super good about yourself. You've got a strat that Vega have to be really worried about, but Vega showed they could have maybe dealt with this. Like all Vega's probably thinking is, okay, let's just ban like one of these heroes, like an Invoker or something, and we don't have to worry as much about this cheese. Or you second stage ban a Pugna. So I think this is a big morale booster for Vega to last this long and to be doing as well as they are right now.
I will say that I do think this game is going to take OD down a peg in the metagame. Just the fact that people realize how weak that hero is.
I
to
think that
Pugna
was
specifically.
largely. I think Empire had that strat in their pocket coming into this series. Like, we're not going to be banning OD. We're going to be hoping that we get a situation where our opponents pick OD, we can counter pick with Pugna, and also fit it into a push strat.
Exactly.
Because that must be something like, I imagine Resolution, like in a pub playing, like spamming OD, because it's like the new trendy mid hero, like all the players practice in pubs. Probably versed a Pugna one day and was like, this is actually unplayable.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Let's bring this to
it's
competitive.
been a terrible matchup for OD for a long time, but now he's even more reliant on
yeah.
Arcade Orb. Like, he has to use Arcane Orb.
Got lightning everywhere. Keep hearing that proc. Yeah, so we're gonna be waiting for the next big thing. They probably just want. They might be a little worried about buybacks. I'm not so sure.
Radiant actually don't have many right now, but they also have other tier 2s.
Radiant could
Yeah.
get team wiped in like they're not even going to lose a tower probably.
As long as Furion has buyback. I think you still need to use your Wrath of Nature.
Yeah.
Nicely. Okay. So he also still, I don't think, has an Octarine, but
It's really hard for Vega to progress item-wise too, because getting like to the secret shop is always going to be a challenge. But Lycan has money for buyback. May just want to buy a Mjolnir.
I don't think Refresher is that good on OD anymore.
I think
I
more
mean,
for the
double
B- more-
BKB?
Yeah, double
Yeah.
BKB is probably the big thing. Double BKB and Shivers.
Double Atos. So slow. Oh, look at Funnick here. What is he
do
doing?
they know he's there? They
Yeah,
have to
they-
know. Okay,
yeah,
there's
they've
the
got him.
fissure. So Funnick is in a lot of trouble.
Okay.
Eats a Laguna Blade, and that was just dying for fun.
Well,
Oh, look at that creep! Look at it, how much damage it's doing. It's taken like what? Is that a
Shut
tenth of
up.
the
Shut up.
health?
The Horde has arrived.
it's fine. Well, not fine. Less than fine, but this game is going to go some interesting directions. Daedalus Invoker, I think he just wants to be a bit more of a right-click carry. I don't think they've got an AC on Empire's side. Something they may want to consider with the Invoker Daedalus and all that.
Dazzles, Aghanims, and Guardian Greaves.
I don't think he's cast Weave like but
I
twice
don't-
since
yeah.
he picked up that Axe, but
It's actually a spell that's quite spammable. I don't see a lot of
preemptively, defensively using it,
Yeah.
but like you get more ticks out of it, but you're not getting the AoE bonus by using it in a. Problem is you use it when the team is fighting, so you can hit both sides. You've used it too late because
Yep.
you don't get the build up on the armor
Yeah.
or the minus armor. So
That's why I'm much more used to kind of before you go in for the push, Dazzles using it. But I
yeah,
think
no,
they-
it was good earlier in the game. Like they were able to make some really good pushes happen. So I'm fine with the Dazzle Weave in general. It's just this
The
particular
Axe is,
Aghanims has been like
yeah, I think
not the most game changing.
I think Solar Crest would even be like a lot better, but
Okay.
I mean it's always easy to say that. So.
More Necros, come on.
More Necros, sure.
More
Go Black
Necros.
approves.
Yep. Okay, we are back up to above 90%, I think. So, yep.
Watch it heal. Watch it heal.
This is exciting.
Defense.
I'm so glad Casper has chosen for this to be.
Well, he had to alt tab to
X-Hero
double
Siege.
check his Warcraft lore, so he was intrigued.
His Warcraft. More likely his Hearthstone game.
Yeah.
Well,
How
For,
much is OD actually hitting for? Yeah, okay. Okay. It's respectable.
Oh, smoking! I love this. This is what they needed to do probably a long time ago, but they're doing it now, and that's the play.
wait for someone to defend it. Like,
Going
that's
in.
the thing, 'cause
Funnick-
you're always going to be split 3 ways defending lanes.
Yeah, just get one pick. There
oh,
it is.
That's gonna be the swap, the
And
deafening blast.
Insta-Hex
Oh,
too.
goodness.
They queued it up so that he couldn't do anything.
He has buyback.
There's actually no way to avoid that.
Yeah. And took Empire a while to kind of find that way like into this game like you
Look at
mentioned.
these life drain lengths. I don't know if I've ever seen one that long, so we're gonna be seeing the push coming out. Oh, OD, Death, Nether Ward, and Laguna Blade onto Invoker. He is taking a lot of damage. Look at that Fiery Soul, but the Ancient is starting to take damage. A nice up in the air tornado
Lycan's fought
for
back.
the Earthshaker. Does he have the?
Oh, he wanted
it's
the
a
Invoker,
pressure?
but Invoker Ghost walked away. And Sam comes out, takes out 2. This is not going too terribly poorly for Vega. Main problem has been they've been forced to use a buyback here. They're so split apart. Even if they win this fight, they've still got problems. And looks like they will hold on for now. They get 3 kills for a Lycan buyback. All it's going to take, though, is another Empire pick-off on like a Lycan or a hero that doesn't have buyback. And
How do you respond to now that you know that they're probably going to go for that play again? Do you have like the Oracle ready to tank it, or
Oracle at this point isn't pushing out lanes, and his only job is to sit behind carries. I guess he can't be sitting behind every carry.
Yeah. I mean, just the one with the Mjolnir, I guess.
He needs a blink. Okay, he gets a 4 stuff. I feel like a blink dagger may be another option for him to try and prevent it.
Ooh, okay,
I guess
let's check
like
out.
although Fortunes and or False Promise obviously dispels the hex, if you don't get the dispel on the hex, maybe the order's wrong, then you want the 4 staff to pull the pig out.
Mm.
We'll see what happens next. But for Empire, still should be smooth sailing from here. But I've seen crazier things and comebacks from this kind of a position.
It would be, I think, it's not one of the biggest net worth comebacks, but of course it is.
Yeah.
Comeback to Mega Creeps, and it's holding against Mega
This
Creeps.
this
for a
would be
long time.
like as impressive as those like 20k net worth
Yeah.
comebacks.
Easily,
if they go
easily.
in this game. Yeah, even like more impressive in some ways. Even though the net worth lead has never been more than like 6 or 7k.
Yeah.
where it's been sitting around that 5-6 game mark for a long time. If anything, Vega may be like approaching a point where they're ahead in net worth is the funny thing right now, because they've just won so many fights.
Everything's always pushed in as well. I mean, it's hard to find farm on your map because the creeps are always over there.
Just profit, Dodo. Aegis cheese, Aegis for fun. I mean, the item progression for Empire has not really been that fantastic. Like, you think we're 53 minutes in. They went for way too many small items, like Aether Lens on Pugnet. It's kind of cute and all, but ultimately did mean they... It's a good thing Resolution was like, guys, I'm just going to go some real late game carry items here, because otherwise I don't think the situation right now would be so good for Team Empire.
Yeah. His Deafening Blast is massive, just hitting everything in the AoE. You're getting all that disarm if the BKBs aren't forced already.
Look at this OD camera. We need to see what's happening down here. Sioma has got the completed Mjolnir. Can't actually attack right now. It's an issue.
Weave coming up from the Dazzle.
I feel like someone's been... Nope, that was just a fissure on creeps.
Casual BKB just to help clear creeps, Necrobooks. At this stage he's got Refresher, I guess, and is looking for a double ulti situation, so he can ulti, refresh BKB ulti again.
Okay, so they are posturing outside the base.
I mean, Lena can buy some more items here, 4.5k net worth, but there's just no game-changing items here for Vega. That's going to change how these fights go or prevent these pickoffs potential from Empire with the swap hex. I guess Lincoln's is a possibility, but I think they just... Lena could go like a Rapier, I almost feel.
Do you start to try to build yourself some carry dazzle action?
On Empire?
Yeah.
Nah.
This is
He'll
you're
get the
farm.
AC, no problem.
sounds good.
There's no farm on the map for Empire.
Yeah,
All the
no,
like
that's- I mean,
where are the creeps? I
that's
guess
what
neutrals, but
And they haven't been farming those because they've been posturing outside the base.
the
looking for an
Radiant Jungle
opportunity.
hasn't been touched. When was the last time someone farmed a Radiant Jungle camp? I guess Funny possibly did with the Prophet. I saw him farming Ancients earlier, but Radiant Jungle is just uncharted territory.
Yeah. You can buy a Midas right now, the Dazzle, and then he'll have his AC by, you know,
Good
20
time,
minutes.
Good time to buy Midas, actually. Yeah. Can confirm.
Well,
Up
considering
Mega
that they're
Creeps by
having a lot
Midas.
of trouble ending it, oh, that's going to put no one in a little bit of a bad spot, taking quite a bit of damage. Nobody's coming in after him. The Forge Spirits are going to poke at him, but maybe he should just, okay, Sunstrike off the mark, and look
I'll
at the
go.
lightning burn
No.
through everyone.
Oh,
Oh yeah, the Ghost goes for that life
They're just
drain.
all
Actually,
sitting slightly out of range.
they put the Earthshaker in a bit of a bad. Never mind.
No,
Okay.
no, no.
I thought there was going to be some follow-up.
I mean, at this stage, I don't feel like this is...
Got excited.
Like, going towards Game 3, which is almost definitely where we're headed. This game just dragging out doesn't really benefit or hurt. It's just
Either
some
team,
weird...
yeah.
It's just like... It's just getting cloudy at this point, I think. I mean, for Vega, it's like, why not? Maybe Empire will colossally throw, and this is a game that of such high importance. They're not going to GG out, but realistically, at this point, like, both teams are going to be a bit more tired because of this. But right now, the teams aren't playing Dota. This is not like improving their overall coordination or anything. Kind of going into Game 3. This is just, I mean, it's the X-Hero Siege of mini games. Like, this is something completely funky and different.
Which team do you think would perform better facing up against Spirit?
Oh, interesting.
Good question. Probably, I would say Empire, maybe.
I mean, Vega have shown that they have the
Vega?
chops for high ground defense.
Yeah.
I mean, they're playing very well in the defensive here, and we obviously see Spirit majority of the time going for some.
Vega may have learned from their loss yesterday as well.
Yeah.
I think it's quite possible. They had a few maybe misdrops. Blink, Echo, watch it. Casper. There we go. Gets in at the last minute. Lycan, BKB out of there. Not sure if that false
Yeah, I
bomb is
think
going to be
he's
enough.
dead. But he's got
back
the
with
heal.
Fountain. He
got
should
the
be
heal.
fine. And the throne again under siege. Have to attend to that one. Sioma's there. Just trying to draw creeps off. No one as well. Also low Havos. Sneaky little blast coming on through. There's a refresh from no one. I think that was... Oh, no, it's the Atos breaking the Lincolns there. Another Hex. He doesn't have a Hex. Has a BKB when he comes out. May need to use it, but he gets Hex up first. Nice. 2 Hero Fortunes end, but they get the Greaves off, and it was a very short duration one. Shakeout.
The Cold Snap also stopped him
That
from
Shadow
casting
Wave heal
anything
bomb.
else.
His armor must have been
Yeah.
brought down low
Welcome
from the
to
weave.
Is this finally it? We're seeing a lot of people
Yeah.
getting low.
It's
Solo
gonna be mass
getting very
buybacks.
low, gets life drained by her boast, and now Mag has to use those buybacks as we saw, but has no mana right now here to do
Set the
anything.
throne.
Pretty much just
I
needs to
know.
blink into the
Hit
fountain.
the throne. Vega's
Oh.
using all their buybacks. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's done.
Vega can kind of hold a little longer with these buybacks, perhaps, but no, there we go. First dieback
Oh.
of many.
Havos taking a lot of damage from no one. There is the deafening blast though, and
Trees
not like no
everywhere.
one can do anything. And finally the ancient will fall. Where? Oh no, there's a glyph. GG's are called. We're going to a game 3. That was exciting stuff, guys.
Intense, riveting action.
No, I
here.
actually think it's always nice to see the high ground defense. Unfortunately, and successful for so long. Unfortunately, there are moments of kind of, it being mostly over and teams having trouble.
I
sealing
really
the deal.
actually enjoyed watching Vega when they were defending the bottom lane. That fight, their defense of the high ground there, multiple times over. A Vega squadron showed some real potential, knew how to engage the fights, were able to break even multiple times, but Team Empire strat just kept on chipping away and chipping away.
That was after that, like first bottom lane was lost. It was just
Exactly.
after that it was just like, all right, we'll throw away 2 or 3 lives and we'll take a tier 3 tower. We'll take a range Rex. We'll take another range Rex. Oh, there's 2 melee Rex left. These are a bit harder to take. We'll eventually get them. So it was very much. I mean, it didn't need to be polished, and that's where I feel like that doesn't necessarily give Empire a huge confidence boost going into Game 3 because they give up so many kills and they weren't playing polished Dota. But that was the nature of the draft. So I don't think you can fault Empire for perhaps looking a bit uncoordinated that game because it was very much just the unrelenting, non-stop pressure that wins you a game like that in a very safe way. I feel like they didn't need to try and do anything more.
No, the climax of the game was about 25 minutes in, and since then it kind of went downhill. But in the end, we do see the end result remains true. Empire are able to bring us the equalizer, bring us to a deciding Game 3.
Okay, deciding Game 3. That's where we're headed, guys. You're watching the European regional qualifiers for the Shanghai Major. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it's going to be game number 3 between Team Empire and Vega Squadron. Don't go anywhere.